When you hear effects like reverbs and echoes in some of your favorite songs, the way that's actually achieved is by routing audio through different pieces of equipment, like effects processors using patch bays and whatnot. And what we're doing today is we're having the students go through different stations where we give them challenges to say, put an echo on this voice, or perhaps use the patch bay to get an interesting distortion effect on a guitar or something. All right, so what we're doing today is we're going to be using the analog gear here, running different compressors, equalizers, effects through the patch bay. You're actually going to do the patch bay install on the back and then the operation of patching everything in the front, making sure that the normaling is all correct. At this station here, what I want you to do is actually use this guitar effects pedal, even though it's a little bit of an unusual usage, to create an effects send where you're going to come out through, you're going to take a send from one of these channels out through this device and return it on an effects channel so you have a parallel effects routing setup. What you're going to want to do on this guy is pass the signal through the board so it's coming out the main output, but in addition to that, I want you to do an auxiliary send through this device. This is going to add a little bit of distortion to the signal, and you're going to return that on another channel, which is going to give you like a parallel distorted signal.
What's our signal doing right here in this first top thing? This is our send, right? Our tip is our send. So it's being sent in, and it's still being sent because we're still sending it somewhere. On the bottom over here, we're returning our signal back. Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you wanted, let's say we had 6 musicians that each wanted separate headphone mixes and you didn't have any need for effects. What you can do is you can hit this switch right here, see where it says aux 5 and 6. If you press that, then what happens is it reroutes these. Instead of going to the effects return section, it reroutes them to physical outputs on the back. Okay. So technically we could set up, we of course would need another headphone amplifier, but we could set up 6 auxiliary send mixes if we had 6 musicians in the studio.
Well, if you set this up this way and somebody walked into your studio blindly, they would assume that it was the other way around. They'd never figure it out.
Oh, okay. But it's channel 1 is still assigned to the master, and you got your master up, so I should hear dry signal. Let's just take the return down for a second. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. There it is. It was just really quiet compared to the return. Okay. Check 2. Check. All right, so just notice on your meter over here how the return level is so hot compared to the initial channel. Check 1, 2. Hey now, hey now. You actually have to get a little bit loud in order to even clip that out. They have a lot of fun with this, and what we try to do is give them limited information so that you actually have to think about, well, how am I going to achieve this effect?